I kind of wish that the final video in this series and the final season of this spectacular show wasn't such dog shit, but hey, it was. It just was. Hello everybody, welcome back to Just Jake Reviews. I do albums, movies, and sports games, and today we are back and we are here with the final video in this series, the final season of the TV show that we've been talking about for a little bit of time, actually. It's probably about a month and a half, maybe. The Office Season 9. That's right, the final season of the show. And yeah, this is going to end the series. In a way, it's kind of a shame because these videos actually did get amazing views. Like, these videos actually did fantastic. And I thank you guys for that. I thank you guys for watching them, and more content on the way. I'll get to that towards the end of the video. But anyways, yeah, so The Office Season 9 is trash, okay? I don't like the last season. The last season, I'm not saying everything in Season 9 is dog shit, but most of the season is dog shit. There's a lot of stuff that really, really upsets me and really rubs me the wrong way, and we'll get into that. And then there's some parts that are pretty cool. I think the first half of the season is low-key not that bad. And then we'll get into the season, or the second half of the season. But I have written a lot for Season 9. This is all one season. And some of the back too. All one season. I guess I was just angry and pissed and had everything to say. So, try not to make this too long. I'll try to keep this at a relatively okay length. So yeah, let's just stop yapping and get right to it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Not 1,000% sure if this is how the first episode starts, but a big recurring theme, at least for the first 10 episodes, is Jim wants to go to Philly. So Jim talked about how I think his brother or his friend, they started a sports company called Athlete in Philadelphia, and Jim wants to work there because I think they're going to give him a higher paying job and a better job, so Jim wants to go to Philly. I'm in full support. Ryan quit. Yes, Ryan quit. And when they said Ryan quit, I almost screamed and jumped up in the air. I was so happy because obviously I am a Ryan hater through and through. I cannot freaking stand Ryan. Ryan sucks. But yeah, Andy's back. He's not a complete a-hole yet. He will, develop into one as the season keeps going. We got the two new guys, Pete and Clark. Yes, let's talk about them. Not for long because there's not really a big opinion on them. I don't care. I really don't care. Clark is kind of weird and kind of unsufferable at times because he's just kind of creepy. Pete's just there to date Aaron. That's kind of all it is. Dwight Jr. and Plop, that's their nicknames. And I'm not sure if y'all caught this while watching Season 9, but there was a time where Dwight was a little jealous. Like, Dwight was kind of jealous of Pete because Pete was getting the new attention because his name is Dwight Jr., because he has glasses and he's kind of a nerd like Dwight is. Dwight, why are you jealous? You're Dwight freaking K. Schrute, okay? People are obviously going to like you more than Pete or more than Clark. Like, you're fine. Like, I thought that was, like, if the writers planned on doing that and actually wrote that in purposely, I thought that was kind of stupid, me personally. So Andy's back and he hates Nellie. Really just hates Nellie. I understand why. She is the manager. Obviously, we'll get into more of this as we keep going. The episode where it's Roy's wedding, that was kind of cool. I do like how they had us look into Roy and see how he's doing, and I'm glad that he's actually getting married. So that was kind of cool, Roy's wedding, pretty good episode. Yeah, this is where it fully comes into like development of it actually being serious. This is, once again, we're going back to Angela's character development is kind of interesting. Because Angela actually turns into somewhat of a likable character in the last season. And I think Oscar was actually in the wrong. Oscar was in the wrong. As much as a background character he is throughout the entire show, he was in the wrong here. Oscar was definitely in the wrong here. Like, him just having an affair with the senator and actually being okay with it, that's not something that he would do. Oscar's a very smart and well-behaved guy. We got the Asian gym prank. That's awesome. Work bus. Work bus is pretty funny. A small plot line in this season that they actually don't like look back on a lot anymore was Nellie wants to adopt a kid. She wants to be a mother. She wants to, yeah, adopt a kid, which I thought that could turn to something. And, you know, maybe in the finale, but she wasn't even in the finale, so... a lot of cool, you know, cool little gags in here. Dwight with his pumpkin head in the cold open. Broccoli Rob, played by Stephen Colbert. Hilarious. I also feel like one of the biggest storylines that we're getting in Season 9 is, hey, Jim and Pam aren't really doing so well because Jim's not really in Scranton a whole lot. He's in Philadelphia, and Pam is just struggling because she has no one to talk to. And then obviously, you know, we all know that the infamous phone call of Jim getting mad at Pam. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you such a dick? Like, why is Jim kind of insufferable this season? One of the greatest Dwight pranks of all time is the Iris Black, where Nellie, Pam, and Daryl are behind it, and it's a fake news thing. Actually hilarious. They have him take his pants off and his shirt off. Actually hilarious. All right, here is where the show starts to... Andy goes on his sailboat trip. He gets his sailboat. He buys it again from his parents. He goes on a trip. It's a long trip. But meanwhile, it was basically just Ed Helms leaving to do Hangover Part 3. Or Hangover Part 2. One of the Hangovers. Ah, wow. You're together with Erin. Andy and Erin are still together. A couple that I was actually okay with when it first started. And now you're just gonna leave her. And yes, I know the new guys have a crush on her, but you're just gonna leave her. Erin deserved better. I will always love Erin. Erin deserved better. And then, you know, I feel like the writers knew what they were doing. You know, we get to see Erin going crazy on his boat trip. He's actually going mad insane, which, you know, leans into him coming back. Another hilarious little plot twist gag is the conference room meeting where Dwight can't sell to women, so all the women in the office, you know, teach him, and then they bring back Jan for an episode. Like, Jan is the client that Dwight is trying to buy for. It's awesome. Pam painting a mural in the warehouse. That was kind of cool. Pretty cool mural. Of course, they had someone sabotage it again. It's just... They just have to throw in a little more, you know, dumb little side plots because you could tell that the writers and the people of the show are just kind of getting ready to be over. But no, I'm totally for Angela hating Oscar. Like, he's in the wrong. Angela should hate Oscar. You know, like, the fact that he, out of all people, Oscar, who they say is the smartest in the office, he's just randomly okay with having an affair with the senator. And it's like, I know we all don't like Angela, but, like, you gotta respect her, bro. You gotta respect her. We got the last Christmas episode, Dwight Christmas with Belle Schnickel. Very funny episode, of course. All the Christmas episodes are just amazing. Do not ship Nellie and Toby. We're not doing this. Don't have anything involved with Nellie or Toby. Like, just please don't. Like, I don't care. Like, the sexy Toby costume at Halloween, cool, but, like, don't involve Toby ever again in the show. If I have to compare it to one thing with Season 9 is the episode of Lice is amazing. Lice is a great episode. That's funny. Then this is where Daryl gets a job with athletes, and now Jim and Daryl are in Philly sometimes. What do you guys think about Brian the Boom Guy? God, this dumbass side plot. Brian the Boom Guy, wow. This is just like why? And I actually used to enjoy it the first time watching the show. And now on my third time, I'm like, what are we doing? And then he gets in a fight to protect Pam. Once again, it's literally just the writers are literally trying to put in our head, hey, Jim and Pam are not doing well at all. They are actually struggling. We are seeing them at their lowest right now in this season. And then he gets in a fight with the guy, and then he gets fired. It's like, so... Can somebody please tell me why they now know about the filming? They now know that they've been filmed all these years when they find out, hey, we're actually going to upload the documentary about you. And it's like, so throughout the show, all of those camera stares or all those little looks at the camera were for nothing. They were just, okay. You thought there was a person there. So this is where Andy comes back. Andy's back, and Andy's back from his boat trip, and he is unsufferable, and he is still manager. So I think I touched on it last time for season 8, but when they brought back David Wallace, who I do like, David, just fire him. Why didn't you fire him? Fire Andy Bernard right now. Why? So you're saying he just came back, and David was like, by the way, here are your paychecks that you didn't get when you were on the boat. David, at least transfer him or do something. What are we doing just keeping him in the office? He's a complete dickhead and no one even likes him. It ruins the season. It ruins the season and it makes it unsufferable. It makes Andy unsufferable as a character. I love the Bob Odenkirk little cameo as the new Michael Scott at the other branch, which is hilarious. Actually, fun fact, Bob Odenkirk actually auditioned for Michael Scott when they were first going to make the show, but obviously he didn't get the part, and obviously it was Steve Carell's part. They brought back Gabe for an episode. I don't know why they did that. No one likes him either. Like, they're making brain-dead decisions, which is making this season suck. The Scranton Strangler, obviously Toby, but we already knew that. So the farm episode, which is the episode where it was supposed to be the pilot of Dwight's spinoff called The Farm. I wouldn't have minded seeing that because that was actually a good episode because there was nothing involved with The Office. That was a good episode. I actually didn't mind seeing that. I would totally watch that show. Then we got Esther, or Esther, her and Dwight. You actually sort of feel bad for Angela throughout this entire season, and you don't feel bad for Jim and Pam. Jim and Pam, why is the struggle still going on? It's lasted a long time. I need Andy to be a fucking grown-up. He is so insufferable in this season. I can't stress it enough. You could do an entire 30-minute video explaining why Andy sucks in season 9. He's the worst character in the world. Oh my god. And then they finally make it better by making Dwight manager, which should have been the plan from the get-go, because if we go back to a few seasons ago, the whole Michael and Jim co-manager thing, that was bullshit. Just make Dwight manager. Yeah, then we do like a quick jump for, I think it was a year ago, where Oscar's now state senator, Nellie lives in Poland, and Andy did that show, that like singing show, and now he's a meme. You get to see Dakota Johnson for an episode. This is only on the Superfan episodes. They fire Kevin, they fire Toby, good. Kevin owns a bar, Stanley retires, which we saw it coming. I loved the panel that they did. The panel that they did where Erin finds her parents. Amazing. You get to see Phyllis crying because she thought that there was like a small thing in the show where Phyllis could have been Erin's mom because they put sperm in. Yeah. They had Ryan have a son named Drake. I'm not kidding. And then of course we have the season finale where it's Dwight and Angela's wedding, where Michael comes back. And oh my god, literally tears. Ryan and Kelly end up with their happy ending. The show ends on a happy ending. This finale is one of the best TV finales I've ever seen. You know, for how dog shit of a season this is, the fact that they got the perfect finale is amazing. Dwight and Angela get married. Jim and Pam are, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but there's something. You get to see Michael come back for a little while. Oh my god. It's like all my kids grew up and married each other. It's every parent's dream. The last Michael talking head. Amazing. But yeah, wow. Oh yeah, best and worst. So my best episode, I wrote down a few because there's not many. The Farm, of course. Lice, probably number one favorite. Promos. AARM, and then finale. And the worst episode of season 9, I actually don't know what they're called, but every single episode, 12 through 16. Episode 12 through 16, so those 5 episodes, apparently they're garbage. I forget what they're called, because they're garbage. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. That's it. That's it for season 9. Season 9 of The Office. I'm glad I got through that because that season is fucking garbage. yeah, it really makes you angry. But yeah, no, what a show. My favorite show of all time, means a lot to me. I'm glad I got to do this. This was a lot of fun to do. You know, I'm happy that, you know, after doing the season 1 video, I switched it up a little bit with, with like actually having some things opinionated in these videos. But I'm glad these videos did well. These videos did do really well, which is awesome. I think season 8 is like one of my most viewed videos. Amazing. Love that. Thank you guys. But yeah, this is a fun series. So I'll be posting this video on Friday. And then I have a video coming out on Sunday. And then I'll be in Canada. So you'll see a Canada vlog. And then that's probably it until Movie Madness for June. And then a big series coming in July. I'm not going to say what it is yet. I might probably in the Movie Madness of June. You'll find out. But yeah. So, that's all for the video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.